Good evening. Thank you for joining My Africa Channel Television News. I am Miosha Eaton. In the headlines,
We don't intend to move forward on the nomination of a new Secretary of Commerce or any other trade-related position that requires confirmation of the Senate.
GOP threatens to withhold confirmation of Commerce Secretary nominee.
I'm very confident that the Japanese people will come together and overcome this difficulty.
Scientists say Japan faces second monsterquake and tsunami.
European leaders gathered last Friday sent a very strong signal to Gaddafi. He should be history. He has lost his legitimacy, as you just mentioned.
And Obama and Denmark leaders say Gaddafi must go. Senate Republicans on Monday say unless President Barack Obama initiates the process of implementing trade agreements with Colombia and Panama, they will use tools including non-confirmation of trade-related nominees. Aaron Oching was on the Capitol Hill for Mactv News.
I'm here today to announce that we have got 44 signatures on a letter to the President indicating that we don't intend to move forward on the nomination of a new Secretary of Commerce or any other trade-related position that requires confirmation of the Senate until all three trade agreements are sent to the Senate and the House for consideration. So this particular letter will go out today.
The White House has spent 2 years talking about the importance of exports and trade. As far as I'm concerned, talk is cheap, and this administration has not followed up with any real action on much of what needs to be done here. The result, we're falling behind our trading partners, and while we wait, other countries are writing the trade rules. While we hesitate, other countries are opening up markets for their workers and their job creators. And these two clear examples are our trade agreements with Colombia and Panama that were signed years ago. The President says he wants to get them done, but we've heard that over and over. After 2 years in office, we still don't know whether the President will ever submit the Colombia and Panama free trade agreements to Congress for a vote.
If we don't move forward with these three agreements, we'll continue to lose more market share, and we will risk losing 380,000 more jobs in this country. So we have a chance to create 250,000 jobs or lose 380,000 jobs.
Experts are now warning that a second huge quake, almost as powerful as the first, could hit Japan, triggering another tsunami. The director of Australian Seismological Center, Dr. Kevin McHugh, told the Sydney Morning Herald that there have been more than 100 smaller quakes since Friday, and a larger aftershock was likely. Aaron Uching has more on this story.
Experts believe Friday's quake is the aftershock of an early eruption 2 days before, in which a 7.2 magnitude explosion shook the Pacific Sea floor near the northern Miyagi area. There are also fears that the aftershocks may be as large or even stronger than the quake that devastated Christchurch in New Zealand. That disaster, measuring 6.3 on the Richter scale, claimed more than 160 lives. Last Friday's quake measured 9.0 on the Richter scale and caused widespread fatalities and damages.
My home is gone completely, and it's dangerous to go back there.
At least 2,000 bodies have now been recovered, and the death toll is expected to keep rising. Aaron Ocheng, Mactv.
President Barack Obama and Denmark's Prime Minister said Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi should leave, but said very little about how to make it happen. He should be history, Danish Prime Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen was quoted as saying. We have more on that story from our studio.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
The two leaders spoke on a day that Gaddafi's jets bombed the Libyan rebels in a counter-offensive that has pushed them back 100 miles. Diplomats are now debating whether to launch a no-fly zone over Libya, an idea backed by France but opposed by Turkey. Obama has so far rebuffed pressure by some U.S. lawmakers to back a no-fly zone and said it was important to look at a wide range of options to apply more pressure to Gaddafi.
Prime Minister Rasmussen has been a leader in Europe in making sure that we applied tough sanctions against the Gaddafi regime in Libya. We both share the view that Mr. Gaddafi has lost legitimacy and he needs to leave, and that we, as an international community, have to speak firmly against any violence that's directed at civilians, that we have to make sure to provide humanitarian assistance.
European leaders gathered last Friday sent a very strong signal to Gaddafi. He should be history. He has lost his legitimacy, as you just mentioned. And I think it's important that the international society examine all options to protect the Libyan people.
He said this will require close coordination with NATO allies, as well as the United Nations. Aaron Ocheng, Mactv.
You have been watching Miosha Eaton with My Africa Channel Television News. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook at MacTV_DC. The entire My Africa Channel team thanks you, and be sure to stay in the loop.